Been watching anything good there lately, Caleb? Any movies or shows or anything?
I have actually. The new game show on Netflix, Squid Game's The Challenge.
Oh,
So I'm
oh,
not even a
okay.
fan of game shows or shows like, MTV The Challenge or Survivor, but I am a
Right.
fan of Squid Games. That was a very good season of television. Obviously, season 2 is coming out soon. So they basically recreated the show with a challenge, and the first place gets like $4.56 million, which is a pretty big prize for a
Interesting.
game show. And it
Yeah.
starts off with like 450 players. They do red light, green light, the glass bridge, and there's like a battleship one was actually pretty cool. But yeah, it's really cool. It's not just a game show. It's like um a social experiment. Like people
Okay.
do create factions, and there's these like main characters they're trying to highlight, and some of
Right.
these people are freaking weird, and
I
they're just
bet.
real people, they're
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, so there's like some backstabbing, and but it's good, like it gets. I mean, the last couple games are just because the finale came out last week. So, but the last couple games are just kind of left up to chance instead of skill. So I didn't.
Oh,
Some of the games I didn't like so much, especially the last few. It was like this guy got eliminated and he had no like choice in it, like there was nothing he could do to save himself. Like he just got the
that sucks.
33% chance and he's eliminated from it. It's like,
I'd
and
be
he was like
pissed.
he was in like the top three too, and like he gets eliminated
Oh
with
God.
no, like. So
Yeah.
the ending wasn't the best, but it was still a really fun show to watch.
Okay. So you're actually not the first person. One of the guys JD listens to, John Campia. I
Okay.
saw he put something out there where he was like, when I first heard of the premise, I thought this was pretty ridiculous and silly, but I have to admit, I started watching it and I'm hooked. This is entertaining, and I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing a good amount of people saying that. So it already got decided. Somebody already won.
And I
Okay.
just saw on the internet they haven't received their money yet. So who knows how long. And I guess the other thing was during the red
Perfect.
light, green light, they were outside and it
I
took
saw
like
that.
eight
They're
hours to
freezing.
film. You can see their faces. Like their noses are so red and their cheeks are red, and it's like, oh my
8
gosh. Like,
hours to film? How early was that in the competition? Like, was that one of
it
the
was the
first
first game.
events?
First games, yeah.
That's so messed up. So you just put
I know.
everybody through that.
But they
Well,
put
that's a good way to
they
weed
put
them
little
out.
like paintballs, ink balls on
Yeah.
their chest. So it like explodes when they die, which is kind of cool.
I saw the clip on social media of, the doll with the
Hmm.
eyes going back and forth like in the show. And I saw them get drilled. I thought they were shooting it from the statue. I was like, oh my God, dude, they're just sniping these
Picking
people.
people.
That's kind of dope. Like, and then I read one of the comments is like, they have gel packs on. It's like, huh, that makes way more sense. Just accidentally catch somebody across the face. Like,
Right. And they
uh,
have to like sell it like they died,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of funny. I mean, it adds something to it.
Yeah.
But interesting. I wonder if that'll be something they repeat, or if there's too many problems that they're gonna not do it for liability reasons moving forward.
Right. And and it was a big set. I don't know how they pulled that off, and
Oh,
450 people. Yeah, it was. I guess it took 2 weeks. So maybe not too
okay,
crazy, but it takes 2 weeks to do it all.
okay, yeah, it's not bad. Well, I've been watching a few things.
Okay.
King of Queens. One thing.
Hey.
Dude, I started just throwing, usually I throw The Office on or Parks and Rec or something like that while I'm working on stuff at home. I just throw the TV on. But I threw on King of Queens the other day and actually found myself like watching and pulling away from what I was doing, like getting interested. Dude, it's a great show. I forgot how good it was. Arthur, Ben Stiller's dad, Jerry Stiller, is just
Mm-hmm.
gold in that
Mm-hmm.
show. That's just it's been a fun little trip down memory lane watching that. But
Right.
did you ever watch that at all?
I had not like religiously, but yeah,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen, 20, 30 episodes of it probably.
Right. After
Yeah.
school, it's on TV all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, I've been watching a couple of other things that I wanted to bring up. So recommendations. My Monarch Legacy of Monsters Apple Plus TV is my first recommendation. The recommendation is to not watch it. It's not very good. Like, it's really, I think we're 4 or 5 episodes in now. The first episode was intriguing. We see William Randa, played by John Goodman. He's in Kong Skull Island. We see him in like the intro scene and see these two titans battling it out. And it leads off from there. So it's pretty intriguing to start off. We see a quick clip of a flashback with Godzilla making an appearance in this first episode. So it was a really good start. And then, God, the next 3 or 4 episodes are just so drawn out. And it's like 45 minutes of flashbacks of these characters you don't really care about that aren't going to play that big of a role. And then like 5 minutes of like an intense, somewhat monster scene at the end of the episode. But like, it's been pretty weak so far. The only good thing about it is they use Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell to go back and forward in time. So Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, plays the character in the 50s, and then Kurt Russell plays it in the 2015 era. So that alone is like, that's a dope way to do that. It works. Okay. They do transition scenes where it goes from Wyatt to Kurt's face, and obviously they're very similar looking. So that part of it works. But like, I don't know. Me and Andy from Galactic Core Podcast have been watching that because we've been kind of checking out Godzilla stuff lately, and we're both just like, okay, what the hell are we doing right now? So, not so. It seems
great. Like a lot of those shows don't have the budget to, but the budget of a movie, and it needs to be 10 hours, so they make the first episode crazy, hope to get you hooked, and then bring it back in the finale.
Yeah, it's one of those shows for sure. It feels so far. So I just don't know what the point is at this point, But in the same area, I have a very real recommendation, and that is to get your butts to the movie theaters and go see Godzilla -1 before that thing leaves theaters.
I know.
We're not going to cover. I think me and Andy are going to talk about it at some point. I don't know whether it'll be on our platform or his, but we're not going to drop like a massive review with us doing it. Obviously, I know JD won't be able to see it in theaters. I don't know if you will, but I just wanted to throw out a quick spoiler-free kind of take on it. This movie was solid. I didn't even hear about it until like 3 weeks before it released in the US. Like when it dropped in Japan was the first I even heard about this. But obviously the ratings were just so good. I wanted to go see it in theaters, and man, it delivered. So there's 2 aspects that go to this movie. There's the monster aspect and there's the human aspect. So always is the deal with fandom. And in the monster verse with Godzilla and Kong right now, the human aspect is some of the worst writing and just movie product that I've seen in a long time. It's hard to get through. They nailed it in this. The human element in Godzilla -1, it's all Japanese, so subtitles, which I don't mind. I watch subtitles regardless, even if it's in English.
Same.
But so you follow this kamikaze pilot from World War II, and you're following him as he goes through all this stuff, and it just dives into PTSD, regret, the shame culture that goes behind Japan. And then we get to see this side of the Japanese people dealing with the fallout of the nuclear explosions in World War II. We don't really ever touch on that a lot in these projects. We see the explosions and we move on, and America won the war, but we don't dive into what happened with the Japanese people. And they just wrote it so well for a Godzilla movie of all things. But the way the Japanese people react to the attacks from Godzilla and correlate it to the war that they just got out of, and this war that they did not value life whatsoever, kamikaze pilots and whatnot. And man, it's just touching. It was just so well written. You're really in it during the human elements. And then Godzilla, when that thing comes on the screen, it's not the savior Godzilla. This is a straight up terrifying monster. Just wants to wreck as much stuff as he can. And I'm telling you right now, the atomic blast that came out of Godzilla were 2 of the most, they're up there with some of the wildest cinematic moments, like jaw-dropping, explosion, Oppenheimer level of just like, wow. Just powerful. Like it was just done incredibly. Did the old school Godzilla design, old school Godzilla score, obviously modernized a bit, but they just really, really paid respect to the original Godzilla movies and somehow made an incredible modern movie of it. So I think probably 8.7 is what I would give this movie, but go see it in theaters, bro. It's an experience.
Yeah, I heard someone talking about it, about how they like the antagonist Godzilla over protagonist Godzilla. Like they like to make Godzilla this like hero and savior, but he's a big crazy monster.
It's more believable that this thing coming out of the sea is not going to be like, I got you guys back.
Right.
You guys are bombing me with nukes and stuff, but I got your back. No, this one is pissed. You see him grow and develop, and yeah, it's just $15 million budget, bro. I don't understand how they accomplished it because it looks great.
I heard today it's less than that.
That's wild. I don't know how you do that, because I'm telling you, every once in a while the visuals were like, okay, that might be, practical effect, that might be a model there or something like that, but for the most part it was incredible. I loved it.
The foreign films have really come up in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like a lot more foreign films are coming across the pond, and
Mm-hmm.
we're watching it over here, and they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it, man. It's nice. It's a fresh take on stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You been watching anything else, or is that it for this
I have
edition?
one
Yeah.
quick podcast I've been listening to. It doesn't need a shout out.
Ooh.
It's pretty popular, but the rest is history. So I am a big
Never heard of
history
it.
buff behind fandom. That's probably my second thing I like. So they
Oh.
just go through. I listen to like Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, and then there's more recent stuff like JFK and all that. So yeah, and it's two Brits. So one guy's name's Tom Holland. Have you ever heard of him? Yeah, it's Tom Holland, but he's the author.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, hold on. Is it actually
yeah.
Tom Holland doing this
No.
podcast? We
Yeah.
kind of wouldn't have expected that, but interesting. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's it called again? Sorry.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. All right. Well, there you go. If you are out there looking to watch a show or listen to a podcast, need some recommendations, there you go. We'll keep bringing them to you periodically. Every once in a while. You won't know when it's coming, but it'll be there. Hello, and welcome in to another episode of Why So Sidious, a nerd podcast. I'm your host, David Cochran. Here with me today is my co-host, Caleb Culver. Today, we will be covering all of the trailers that have dropped in this last week, and there were a lot of them. Before we jump in, go ahead and follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, X, at whysosidiouspod. Follow us, shoot us some comments, requests, whatever you want to do, interact with us. We got a lot of stuff going on there, and we are trying to grow that YouTube presence, so head on over to our YouTube page, subscribe, like some videos, do whatever you need to do. Recent episodes, go check them out. We dropped our 100th episode special recently. That's out there. A lot of top 5 lists, recommendations for our podcast and how we started. We have a new novice nerd out covering the infamous Doctor Doom. So go ahead and check that out and get familiar with that character before he comes to the MCU, for sure, played by Cillian Murphy. And last but not least, the Marvels review. We dropped a quick 40-minute pod talking about the Marvels. We were late on it, waited for JD to come up and visit so we could all see it together. So go check it out. Find out what we thought about it. Did it deserve the hate? Was it a good movie? Who knows? Go check it out. All right, let's get into it. So we got 8 trailers. It was a pretty wild 3-day span here. Movies, shows, games, covering them all. So we got The Boys Season 4, House of the Dragon Season 2, Amazon Prime's Fallout series, Kong vs. Godzilla, A New Empire, Halo Season 2 on Paramount, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, I believe is what it's called, True Detective Night Country, and last but absolutely not least is the long-awaited, highly anticipated, bluffed for days GTA 6. So we will cover that at the end here. Get into some gaming awards news after that. So stay tuned, stick around for that. It's going to be a good ending here. So let's kick it off with The Boys. We just got out of watching Gen V. I think we liked it. And we know that the finale is going to be spilling directly into The Boys Season 4. So we got a teaser trailer. The synopsis. The world is on the brink. Victoria Newman is closer than ever to the Oval Office and under the muscly thumb of Homelander, who is consolidating his power. Butcher, with only months to live, has lost Becca's son, as well as his job as the Boys' leader. The rest of the team are fed up with his lies. With stakes higher than ever, they have to find a way to work together and save the world before it's too late. So it was a good teaser. Some classic Boys vibes going on throughout it. Obviously, Homelander's standing trial after lasering Homeboy's face off in public. So we have that whole thing. And the trailer wraps with the classic Homelander shot of him just covered in blood and guts, smiling through it all, looking like an absolute freaking maniac.
God, he's one of my favorite characters in all of television, though. Like, he's just so
he's good.
Over the top, complex.
I've been rewatching Season 3, and yeah, he's just... God, what he did to Shockwave or whatever that guy's name was, Starlight's best friend from childhood. God, brutal. Just brutal. Like,
And I do like the Caesar reference, keeping it on topic. The
Mhm.
new Sister Sage is talking about, basically like in Caesar is kind of, I see him having Homelander having a similar story as Julius Caesar, where he's the king who gets too much power, and the people around him are going to have to stop him. It might be
Mm.
someone on his own side that ends up killing Homelander, not
The
one of the
boys.
boys. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Sister Sage is interesting. So we got 2 new female villains coming into the picture, heroes, villains, whatever you want to call them. Sister
Part of the Seven.
Sage and Firecracker. Oh, are they both in the 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't even know that. But the only info I've got from them is apparently they are incredibly dangerous and psychotic, which could describe every character in this series, but apparently they're pretty wild. So we're gonna get another Stormfront type edition, but 2 of them into this season.
And Black Noir's back. I heard it's the same actor that is playing him, but I wonder
Oh,
what they're doing with that, because he died, obviously.
okay. I didn't hear that about the same actor. I got a couple of theories regarding Black Noir.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw him die. Homelander, punched straight through his gut, and I'm pretty sure ripped his heart out or ripped some stuff out. Like, he killed him. But I'm pretty sure Black Noir has a healing ability. So I don't know, but here's my 2 theories. So he has a healing factor. Maybe he just lived, but I think that's kind of boring. So I don't think Homelander would let that slide either. I think he'd make sure he was dead. So theory 1, in the Boys comics, Black Noir is actually revealed to be a clone of Homelander. And throughout it, the clone starts losing his mind more and more and more, and starts committing crimes, terrible, like murders as Homelander. And Homelander, the character's like, "What? I didn't do any of this." So like they keep having these reports coming. The original Homelander's like, "That I didn't do that," and we find out that indeed Black Noir is a clone of Homelander. So
That's a cool story.
it would be interesting, and we've already, obviously Vought can clone and do whatever they need to do with all the crazy science stuff. So I think maybe they cloned Homelander and brought him back as Black Noir. Or theory 2, it's Sam from Gen V. He's got the super strength and fighting ability. He's an absolute psycho who just became a hero after the events of Gen V finale. And what other similarity does he have with Black Noir? They both see puppets
cartoons
and animated stuff talking to them.
Yeah,
So
he's like, you're perfect for that role.
Right. And that one's not my theory. I saw somebody mention that one makes sense. But my first thought was, well, the comics, he's a clone of Homelander, so maybe. But yeah, we'll find out with that, I guess.
And when it comes to Billy, you see that like a little worm swimming in his forehead or something.
Yeah.
So that's the side effects from that Temp V, I'm guessing. I don't see his story ending well with the way. I see him being a tragic character.
Yeah, I mean, again, the clock's ticking. He's gonna die soon. We have that. So I still kind of have the theory that right before he dies, he takes Compound V and becomes a permanent superhero to save his life, and then we have a new stage for Butcher here. But we did see him in the post-credit scenes for Gen V discovering the woods, and more than likely the virus they were working on. So I think that maybe he's going to come to the boys with the info. They don't want any part of it, but he's going to be like, we need to do this. They're working on this deal. This is how we bring them down or something. And then they reluctantly join together like they have the last 3 seasons, because every season has pretty much included the boys reluctantly getting back together after being pissed off with Billy. It's how season 1 started. That's how season 3 started. Yeah.
And fuck Ryan. He's like, Billy's dead wife's
Homelander's
kid.
son.
Homelander's son, yeah. He throws that guy against the wall and splats him.
Yeah, he might be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't like him. Be a problem. lost his beard, so he's already lost so much, and that's brutal to just take that away from him, Eric Kripke. It's just messed up. And yeah, Victoria Newman, we saw her in Gen V, the head popper.
Right.
She's trying to swoop in as vice president side by side with Dakota Bob, who is the president now, a character from the comics.
Nice name.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's like Bob Reynolds.
Bob Reynolds, yeah. Well, this one's a white male, but Bob Reynolds remains to be seen. Yeah, we'll see.
How about Jeffrey
yeah.
Dean Morgan?
Oh, that's right. Oh my bad. I wasn't even
Yeah.
mention him. Yeah, he pops
so
up.
I wonder what character he plays. Obviously, he knows Billy from his past. So
I feel like he's going to be a Mallory type character, like a
Yeah.
government guy who is helping the boys, but he's also kind of on their ass about stuff and maybe becomes a problem at a point. But yeah.
Did Mallory, is she alive still?
Oh boy, is she? I think she is.
Right?
I'm pretty sure she is.
She's pretty undercover, right? Yeah.
I think Ryan went willingly. So I don't think Homelander had to kill her. Yeah, I don't think she died.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. I just hope it doesn't get too heavy-handed with because they try to. It's like the Trump
Right.
Homelander is Trump and Starlight's the other side. So, but they always do a good job of towing the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they keep it that way.
Yeah. No, I totally know what you mean because they do get very heavy-handed sometimes, but I'm sure there will be points where it's like, okay, little eye roll moments, but
right.
For the most part, I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be fun. That comes out. Do we have a release date for that? 2024 of some kind?
Summer something. Normally a summertime show.
Yeah. So I think, it just said 2024 in the teaser. So I think Lee from Lights Camera Action had a theory that it would be summer based on, I forgot what he said, but.
Fine.
Did I say Lights Camera Action?
Yeah.
Oh no, Lights
That's
Camera
Barstool,
Rant. I'm sorry,
isn't it?
Lee. Yeah.
Or what's theirs?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so that's The Boys. We'll see how it goes. All right, House of the Dragon. Season 2 teaser trailer came out. We are excited about this. There's not really a synopsis out there yet, but basically we're picking up where we left off. King Viserys has died, the High Towers have stolen the throne for Aegon, and Luke just got wrecked by Aemon and Vhagar. So Team Black, Team Green are about to be going at it. Rhaenyra is heartbroken. Daemon is pissed. Everybody's ready for war. It's going to be wild. We got new cast members coming in. Most notably is Tom Taylor. He's coming in to play Cregan Stark. So the Starks are going to play a vital role in this season. Yeah, rumor is that the opening scene is Winterfell, is the rumor. So I guess Jace may be going to Winterfell to plead his case to get them on his side or something like that. I don't know if that's going to be the scene, but I've heard the rumor is that
after his brother just died.
Winterfell. Yeah. Like, all right, go get some help. We're about to go into a massive war here. But what did you think about the trailer, bro?
I loved it. It's so many things to talk about. It definitely seems like Aemon is haunted by what he's done because you see him looking at the Iron Throne and the thunder crashes in the background,
storms,
and that's definitely. I like that they're changing that from the book because in the book he's pretty much pure evil, and it says that he finds Lucerys's body and cuts his eyes out and stuff. So I don't think he's going to be doing that in the show.
No, I don't. He was definitely that whole scene. He was telling Vhagar to not do it. It's not like he was maliciously trying to tear him apart there. So I don't think that's going to happen. But he's definitely haunted. We got a ton of shots of dragons, which obviously I can't freaking wait. I think Sea Smoke was in there. We saw Vhagar sweeping over this open plains, just massive wings. Just cannot wait to see Vhagar in action again. But it's gonna be crazy. We get that line from Rhaena. Is Rhaena the queen who never was? Rhaena Targaryen. I always forget. It's hard to remember the names when you haven't watched for a year because they're hard to remember while you're watching. So, but I think it's Rhaena. But she has the line, where she goes, "There's nothing more offensive to the gods." Yeah,
There's no war so hateful to the gods as a war between kin, and no war so bloody as a war between dragons.
Chilling line right there. I mean, the whole trailer had that vibes. It opens up with Otto Hightower's line of mistakes were made following the death of King Viserys. You think?
They moved a little quickly.
A little bit, but it just, the whole thing, it just felt like Game of Thrones is back. I cannot wait for this.
And it just reminds me also how much shit happened in season 1.
And
I'm glad there's no more time jumps. So we're going straight through, and it said there's going to be 4 seasons total. So no more time jumps.
Good.
And just that whole, Aegon's prophecy there. I remember that, how he Viserys passed it on to Rhaenyra, but then as he died, he whispers Aegon, and it totally sets all this in motion. So yeah,
it'll all be solved if you just named your kid Todd.
right.
But whatever. It's gonna be dope though. This is coming out in summer of 2024. We know that it's not too far off in the distance, thanks to them not really having to stop due to the SAG after strikes, because they're under a different domain technically over in London. So that was nice. Weirdly enough, Miguel Sapochnik will not be returning in this season. Ryan Condal is the lone showrunner now. And I saw the reason, and this is the first I heard of this, but he left because the HBO wouldn't let his wife be the producer of season 2 due to lack of experience.
She's not even a producer.
She's not a producer. She was in season 1 as like the handmaiden Tyra or something like that, or I don't remember, but like he left because they wouldn't let his wife be a producer of a massive $1 million.
Like, okay, James Gunn, take it easy, all right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's truth to that. I don't know what he's stated on that. This is the first I'm hearing of it, but that's pretty ridiculous if that was the reason he left. So,
right,
Ryan Condal's got this full faith on him, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah.
And the Helena scene that those weird Instagram pages are waiting for. What? So it's not what I thought it was, but I do remember what it is now, and I think it's gonna happen. It might be happening in the first episode too, because it's
okay. Yeah, I don't want to do any spoilers, but it's pretty brutal, isn't it? Isn't it like a brutal event that happens, or am I thinking of a different one too?
There's no like sexual assault going on, but it is a brutal scene that, yeah.
And I just don't.
It's called Blood and Cheese.
Yeah, right. Okay, I remember hearing that. The House of the Dragon memes page, like it's weird to post a photo of her being assaulted from behind with the caption, "I can't describe how looking forward I am to watching this scene," or something. Like, what, dude? Who says that? Why would you be looking forward that much to watching a horrible scene like that? No matter what team you're rooting for. Like, I don't know. Weird page runners out there,
and Helena's she's
not a bad person,
and she's a dreamer like Aegon. Like everything, she would say something and then it would happen. The next episode happened like 3 times in season 1,
she's interesting, honestly. She is. Like, weird people.
And she's the queen. Yeah, she's married to Aegon.
Yeah,
correct.
Yes,
her brother.
Yeah,
she's married to her brother Aegon. Yeah, so she's the queen.
So, yep, summer 2024. Be looking for it. We will be covering it in depth. We'll probably even do like a House of the Dragon season 1 recap episode or something before it, because this is one of our prime fandom properties. This is priority, top of the top here, so can't wait. Amazon Prime is bringing us something in the new series Fallout, obviously an adaptation of a very popular video game series. The synopsis is: a global nuclear war known as the Great War breaks out in 2077 before fast-forwarding 219 years to a post-apocalyptic Los Angeles in 2296, where we meet Lucy, who has lived her entire life in a vault deep underground. When a crisis forces Lucy to go up to the surface, she encounters a nightmare of mutant creatures, massive insects, and nasty human survivors. This will be releasing April 12th of 2024, so we're about 4 months away from this. I thought it looked pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie. I don't have a massive background with the Fallout games. I played some Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I didn't beat either of them, but I played both of them a decent amount. Really? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, definitely the New Vegas one, but
I
don't know. I felt like you have to start with the first one, and it's one of those games like The Witcher, where I think you have to play for a good 5 to 10 hours to really kind of get the hang of it and get into the story, so you get hooked, because it's
right. And yeah, I played it in college when I wasn't grinding quite as much as I did in high school, and I was playing games like that and was just 100% in games, like and everything. So yeah, I didn't play it out, but it was fun. But the trailer for sure had that Fallout game feel, like the score, the music behind it, everything. It felt like a cutscene from the Fallout game, so that was pretty cool.
Right, it's kind of like thriller mixed with comedy, because there's some kind of goofy stuff in there, which is kind of the Fallout style, and post-apocalyptic. I'm always down for something like that.
for sure.
And you see Baby Billy's in it from Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Baby Billy's Baba Bonkers.
I've only seen people talk. I haven't watched the show, but I keep seeing people referencing that character from Righteous Gemstones is in it. So
he's hilarious.
The cast, I'm not very familiar with the cast. Walter Goggins is in it, who I'm familiar with. Justified, he's been in a lot of really good stuff, but Justified is one of the main ones he's been in. MCU, he's in Ant-Man and the Wasp as one of the crooks who's selling tech to Hope. But we got Ella Purnell, who will be playing the lead character Lucy. She is a dweller of Vault 33, which we see in the games, and she's lived her whole life underground in the Vault 33, so she's never wandered outside, and she's wandering off into the wilderness. I don't know who Ella is, or the other cast members really, so which I don't mind. I like shows going in where I don't have a familiar face, because usually I find new actors that I like that are good, So here for it. Right. Same studio that does The Boys.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and pretty crazy closing shot on the trailer with the nuclear explosions going off in LA. That was pretty wild. But what do you think of the trailer?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably check out the premiere and hopefully it hooks me, honestly, because I don't know. It's not a show I'm super looking forward to, but it was a good trailer.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's not at the top of my list, but I could see it being really good. So Amazon puts out quality stuff. Kong vs. Godzilla, a new empire.
Oh, God.
We had a trailer drop, a humorous trailer drop for the new Kong Monsterverse movie, Godzilla movie. We've had Godzilla, I think 2014. We had Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was good and bad. And we had...
the one with Tywin?
Yes. Long live the king. Tywin Lannister's in that. Charles Dance, I believe his name is. Then we had Kong versus Godzilla, most recently. Oh, and we had Skull Island. Sorry, I don't mean to forget that one, because that's actually one of the better ones. I enjoy Skull Island. It's a fun watch.
I haven't seen that one, actually.
Oh, bro, it's worth watching. Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, John Goodman, a few other people I'm forgetting. It's a good cast. It's a fun movie.
Yeah. Because I had like a monster kick a year ago or so, and I think I watched Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla the same day. And I've seen King of the Monsters before that. So I've seen those three.
Yeah, King of the Monsters gets the award for absolute worst human story of any movie in the world. Just awful. I don't know how you take Millie Bobby Brown and make it that unwatchable, but it was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got the synopsis for this new one coming out. The latest entry follows up the explosive showdown of Godzilla vs. Kong with an all-new cinematic adventure pitting the almighty Kong and the fearsome Godzilla against a colossal, undiscovered threat hidden within our world, challenging their very existence and our own. The epic new film will delve further into the histories of these titans, their origins, and the mysteries of Skull Island and beyond, while uncovering the mythic battle that helped forge these extraordinary beings and tied them to humankind forever. So this releases the same day as Fallout, April 12th, 2024, which is kind of weird.
But it's a movie.
Yeah, so we got this trailer. We features a massive new red monkey. I don't know. Kong has a cast. Godzilla's pink. The what?
Attack-a-tang.
Attack-a-tang? What the hell is that?
I'll see myself out.
Okay.
The orangutan.
Oh, God. Hold on. Where's the loser game show sound effect here? We got any booing here? We don't. Only fanfare. All right. We'll find something for future bad jokes.
And why is Godzilla pink?
I don't know. Godzilla's pink. Kong's got a brace. And then it ends with the shot of them running side by side, giving way too strong vibes of Rocky and Carl Weathers running on the beach in the Rocky films.
No.
Like, that was just so
enemies
goofy,
turn friends.
It was like so ridiculous. But yeah, a lot of questions came from this trailer, and that was my main one. Why is Godzilla pink? Did he evolve? Did he eat something or absorb some type of energy that made him pink now? Or are we just following the Barbie trend? What are we doing here? I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the movie. He kind of looks cool, but I think the blue looks way over.
Yeah. But the trailer honestly was a mess. A lot was going on. They were really just trying to get people to watch it. Yeah. You think it'll make the box office draft to 24?
Ooh,
I could see it being a 5th round pick.
Yeah, just, I mean, I think, the box office is kind of hard to predict now.
What did
I think it's
Godzilla vs
recovering
Kong make?
though. Godzilla vs Kong brought in, what do we got here? A grand total of 470 million worldwide, 100 million domestic, more than 3 times that international.
Fast and the Furious style.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not super crazy on it. I'll watch it because it's a part of the MonsterVerse. Excuse me, and I'm watching this stuff. I don't expect it to be great. I honestly probably expect it to be in my least favorite Titan kaiju movie, if I had to guess, just based on everything I'm seeing. I don't think this ape is going to be able to match up to Ghidorah as far as awesome on-screen presence, and Ghidorah was freaking amazing, and that movie wasn't great. But so with this, I mean, I guess their only option is to beat them in the human aspect, but I kind of hope there is no human aspect in this movie. So, yeah, all in all, it looks like what it's supposed to be, kind of fun and entertaining kaiju fighting championship with big fights and big VFX, but I'm not super excited about it. I'm not super sold on the villain either, the big red ape. I mean, he looks menacing, I guess, but we see this little baby ape. I'm assuming it's going to be the son of this big red ape that ends up going off with Kong and Godzilla after they defeat the dad.
Right.
The one thing I took away from this, so my guess is Kong is going to fight this red ape thing, get his ass whooped, have his arms snapped, and then he's going to have to come back with Godzilla's help for the finale. Because we see Kong wearing this cast. I thought it was a Transformers crossover first when the scene happened and we see this monster robot hand coming out of dirt. I was like, wait, are they doing it? Are they crossing over with Transformers?
Let's go.
But so I want to see the scene where he gets his arm snapped and then a massive team of Monarch doctors are measuring his arm and working on a cast for him. Because how the hell did they get a perfectly fitting robot cast for Kong like that? It's just goofy. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet coming at him, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll
see about that.
Yeah.
They should just stop on the MonsterVerse.
Agreed. Well, let's get out of the MonsterVerse and let's get into another possibly massive disappointment, which is Halo Season 2 coming on Paramount Plus. We got a synopsis. Master Chief, John 117. Master Chief 117. Leads his team of elite Spartans against the alien threat known as the Covenant. In the wake of a shocking event on a desolate planet, John cannot shake the feeling that his war is about to change and risks everything to prove what no one else will believe, that the Covenant are preparing to attack humanity's greatest stronghold. With the galaxy on the brink, John embarks on a journey to find the key to humankind's salvation, or its extinction, the Halo.
Dude, when that music hit at the end, I was like, it was a good trailer, bro.
It was.
I know I didn't watch Season 1. I know you did, and it was pretty disappointing, right? Besides,
Yes.
the premiere and the finale were okay.
They're all right, yeah.
But the CGI looks really good, and those creatures with the plasma sword.
Yeah.
Dude, that was my go-to weapon when I was playing. I would get the gun and the sword and just kill everyone.
Hell yeah.
So I do like that, they're what's that nostalgia and oh hey, that's from the game. Oh hey, that's from the game. Yeah.
I remember that sword noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the trailer did. It looked dope. So it's releasing February 2024, so it's coming out soon here. Got a couple months. Yeah, if I didn't know what happened in Season 1, this trailer would have honestly gotten me hyped.
Yeah,
I would have been like, oh, okay.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, in the trailer we see Master Chief fighting the elites. A lot of cool shots there. A hallway scene with the elite in a sword tearing people up in one of the shots. Some really cool action shots. So, and of course we get the ring at the end, which is massive. Big part of Halo lore there, that ring. So
the Halo.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna guilt watch it. But yeah, so Season 1, it was just disappointing, man. They had so many opportunities to make a pretty dope project, and they dropped the ball on almost every single one. The first is the helmet deal. Master Chief has his helmet off more than he has it on, which is a pretty blatant change from the character lore of Master Chief. All the video game players from back in the day are not asking to see Master Chief with his helmet off.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah, I forget. He's played by Pablo Schreiber. I forget what his name is, but I don't know. It's not important, but it's just a classic TV show kind of deal. Second is, how do you not find spots to use the Halo theme? Now, they used it in the trailer here, but the entire season 1, they never used any of the Halo themes or the scores, and it was like, all of these scenes could be epic if you were playing the dun 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 dun. Like, you could have done any of that, or the Gregorian chanting, even for the intro. Like, that should be the intro theme song. Nope, didn't use it. But one thing they did get right was the sound effects. So the battle rifle, when you reload it, plasma grenades, shields depleted, it's all straight from the video game. So very nostalgic sound effects there. So there were a couple fight scenes that were dope. They got the heavy sniper. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that looked really cool. The Needler was gnarly. Oh my god!
Remind me what that is?
That's the gun that's got the pink needles, and you fire it, and it like tracks on and locks on, and then it explodes. Well, in the show, they do that. They track in, lock in, and then explode, and are just literally tearing people to shreds with these Needlers. So that was done very well, but all in all, the story dragged a ton. There was 3 or 4 episodes was just backstory of nobody cares about. Just a waste of an episode. So there were 2 good episodes, but a lot of issues. So we'll see if they fix changes. If they listen to the feedback for season 2. Like I said, I will watch it, but not a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
You gonna watch it?
I mean, I'll give the premiere a shot. It looked cool. I mean, do I have to watch season 1?
Probably. You might want to watch season 1 premiere first, and then see if that's worth it, and then go from there. But yeah,
it's a commitment.
Don't watch the whole season. Just watch episode 1 and maybe the finale.
There we go.
The story doesn't really give much.
Yikes.
All right, we got True Detective Night Country coming out of HBO. A synopsis is, when the long winter night falls in Ennis, Alaska, the 8 men who operate the Salal Arctic Research Station vanish without a trace. To solve the case, detectives Liz Danvers, played by Jodie Foster, and Evangeline Navarro, played by Callie Reyes, will have to confront the darkness they carry in themselves and dig into the haunted truths that lie buried under the eternal ice. A haunting little synopsis there. We're getting a 6-episode season, branching off of the 8-episode season True Detective normally does.
Weak.
But it looks interesting. I didn't finish season 3. Season 2 is pretty weak. They had a massive cast and just totally dropped the ball. Like Colin Farrell, Taylor Kitsch, Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams. I mean, they had a big cast, and it just was not a good series. But have you watched any of the True Detectives before?
Well, I've seen season 1, and I think I started season 2, never finished it. So this is the 4th season?
Yes, so season 3 is Mahershala Ali, actually. Right. And I started it, and it wasn't bad.
I think I started that one, too.
I just lost, I guess, interest, and I didn't, I think I was watching it as it was coming out, and I think after a week passed of not watching it again, I just kind of fell out of it. But it looks good. Right? What'd you think?
I mean, I like the Alaska aspect. There's always creepy stuff going on there. It's dark all the time. And you get the murder mystery thriller. And it looked like there's a paranormal aspect to it too, because at the end when they're like flashing a bunch of stuff, you see a girl and her eyes are like totally white. She looks like a ghost or something. So might be and Jodie Foster, the OG from Silence of the Lambs. So of course she's always great at being a detective.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen her in anything in a while. I don't remember what the last movie I saw her in. Like, can you think of what you saw her in last? I don't think she's been in stuff recently. Yeah. Just typing it in real quick. But I haven't seen her in much of anything. I feel like she must have taken a break or... Oh, she did, yeah. She's only been in 3 projects since 2014.
Wow.
Hotel Artemis, The Mauritanian, and Naiad. I've never heard of any of them. But yeah, so we'll see. I think it looks pretty intriguing. There was a lot of references to season 1. One big thing was the symbol, the kind of swirl symbol, which comes up a lot with the Yellow King in season 1. So but they're in Alaska, and season 1 was in Louisiana. So I can't imagine it's going to be connected like that. Maybe it's just a similar type of deal. But it's intriguing. Yeah. I'll check it out for sure.
And any listeners out there have never watched True Detective, watch season 1 with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Whew, it's amazing.
Arguably the best season of television for me. It's just incredible.
It's top 5 for sure.
It's just perfect. They both play their roles so well. The mystery is so good. the emotion with Matthew McConaughey finally, I won't spoil anything, but opening up about stuff in the finale, like,
And
oh
how you
man, it's
and how you think
heavy.
how you think one of them is the bad guy in the beginning, but by the end, it's like, oh
It's
no,
a
no,
whole
no,
new thing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great season of television. Could not recommend it any higher. So yeah, that's True Detective, Night Country. All right, we've got Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Synopsis: As the world fell, young Furiosa, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, is snatched from the green place of many mothers and falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementus, who I believe is played by Chris Hemsworth.
It is.
Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel, presided over by the Immortan Joe. While the two tyrants war for dominance, Furiosa must survive many trials as she puts together the means to find her way home. This is directed yet again by George Miller and will be releasing May 24, 2024. So that's about 5 months out from that one. What'd you think?
I don't know. I saw the first one, Mad Max Fury Road, like in theaters or something.
Yeah.
But it was like a fever dream because I don't remember anything. I remember that the opening scene is like a 30-minute chase or something. It's wild.
Massive chase.
And it has like a Sin City comic book kind of vibe to it, It's out there. It's a very particular taste for people, and I don't know. I probably won't go see this in theaters. Maybe watch it when it comes out on streaming.
Oh, okay.
Did you like the first one?
I
Well, the
I
second
like
one,
the first
technically, right?
one. Third one, technically.
Oh.
Mel Gibson is in the first two,
Right,
I
right.
believe, in
Oh,
the
okay, there's 2.
80s. I think there's Mad Max and then Mad Max Road to Thunderdome.
Hey.
Or no. There's Mad Max Road Warrior and then Beyond Thunderdome, I think is the second one there.
Okay.
But yeah, Mel Gibson. I liked Fury Road. I thought Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron did a good job. They both
Right.
played solid roles. Nicholas Hoult, really good role in there. It's not one of my favorites, but I get why some people say it's an epic cinematic movie. There were definitely some cool shots in it, so it's entertaining. I'll watch this one for sure, just because, yeah, I thought the first one was entertaining, so it bought enough credence for me to check this one out. One thing that was bothering me was Furiosa's robot arm. It just looked so comical, like with how large and like transformer-ish it was. I was like, that's taking me out of it a little bit, but no, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I like Chris Hemsworth, and he has like something on his face to make him look different.
Broken nose, got
The
big
broken nose.
prosthetic broken nose.
Yeah.
And yeah, lady and gentlemen, yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, the moment we have all quite literally been waiting for years. A few days ago, Rockstar Games decided to grace us with the trailer for GTA 6. Finally, it is here. Bluff after bluff after bluff about when it would come out, when the trailer would come out. We got it, and it was pretty epic. Tom Petty's Love is a Long Road plays in the background as we detail all of Miami. Well, the Miami of the Grand Theft Auto world, that is, which is Vice City, residing in the Florida of the Grand Theft Auto world, which is Leonida. And we basically just get a Florida highlight reel. I mean, we're seeing Florida Man. We're seeing the, everything that goes on in the streets of Miami at night. We're seeing the gators. We're seeing the ratchetness. We're seeing all the classic Florida vibes going on. And it was pretty sick, bro. I don't know how you can't be hyped about this game coming out. The graphics, obviously, well, but Rockstar's doesn't render for trailers, do they? I feel like the trailers they use there are kind of part of like the game cutscenes themselves, and the game itself kind of.
I think the game has to be Unreal Engine 5 if it's that, because
I think,
and all the NPCs are so different from each other, and there's like little dogs, and you see an iguana on someone's shoulder. You see a guy recording a girl twerking on his phone on the beach. Like, there's so many little details going on. You could play this game for hundreds of hours, and there's like the social media aspect they've added, where you see like, and they're actually recreating real things that happened, like the hammer lady and the alligator in the pool and stuff. So
one of the guy in trial too that looks like the clown. I forgot that was an
Joker.
actual
The Florida Joker or something.
Florida Joker, yes. So it was just really well done. And it looks like we're following a couple kind of like Bonnie and Clyde style couple as they tear through Miami.
Right.
This girl and
Lucia
guy.
and Jason, I guess are their names.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that aspect.
Yeah.
Only 2 characters is cool. 3 was a lot. I normally had my 2 favorites and play as the third very much, but I like the 2, and you get to be a girl. That's cool. She looks pretty badass too, and kind of hot.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played as Trevor. I was Michael and Franklin the whole time. It's like I don't want to go spawn in the trailer park and just this trash guy. Like, unless I was feeling like, all right, I'm gonna cause some chaos. I'm gonna be Trevor. All right, let's go get 5 stars. I'll be Trevor.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, it looks dope. We don't have a release date. It just said 2025,
which
so
is, come on,
whatever. Yeah,
like a whole nother year
and a half. Yeah.
And the game's going to be at least $100. You know, they're going to make it crazy expensive.
For sure. Well, this is the guy who said games should be charged per minute played or hours played, right?
Yeah, he can go to hell.
The Rockstar guy, can go to hell. It won't be Unreal Engine 5. It will be Rockstar Advanced Game Engine. So
they do their own shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty comparable. I think Unreal Engine 5 is still more elite. But yeah, man, it looked really good. We'll see what other stuff drops about it, but obviously it's GTA 6. So,
and I can't wait to trick out the cars. You see so many different cars in the trailer.
Oh yeah,
the classics, new ones. So
yeah, looking forward to it. And 2025, I for sure will have a PS5 by then, so we're good. PS6s will be out by then, but that's another topic.
No, please.
All right, Lub. We've been having some stuff dropping in relation to video games as we're talking about it. So why don't you fill us in? What's going on in the video game world?
The Game Awards happened over the weekend. And Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year. I am not familiar with 1, 2, or 3.
Isn't that the one that you can like straight up have sex with animals in the game in Baldur's Gate 3? I saw some weird kinky stuff coming out of that in video gameplay on Instagram and social media. You can do some weird stuff, like straight up, like you can customize the size of your balls and penis and everything. Like, why? I don't know, but apparently that's something you can do in the game.
Hell yeah. Spider-Man 2 went 0 for 7 on its awards.
No?
Yeah.
Not a single one?
Not a single one.
Not even voice performance for Yuri? Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's garbage. All right.
I know. I still haven't played it yet. Just been super fucking busy.
I haven't either. Just everything I've heard and seen and the graphics, the story, like I know they put time into that. I can't imagine it wasn't award worthy for anything.
I know. And Matthew McConaughey will star in his first ever video game called Exodus. And people are saying it's an Interstellar Part 2 type game. So it's a space exploration.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Excited for that.
Interesting.
God of War Ragnarok Valhalla drops December 12th. So another
words.
I know. A little wordy and a lot of, Viking lore going on in that title.
What was the last name called?
Ragnarok.
Okay. So they why not
now
just call it God of War Valhalla?
Plus heaven. Yeah, you get the apocalypse heaven basically is what it's called. So and I haven't played those games, but I hear they're all amazing. Great story with, the main guy and the little boy. Whoever his name is.
Little boy.
And last, we have a Blade game coming at Bethesda, who of course did Starfield, Fallout, Skyrim, and which looks interesting. It says it's a third-person action game, so it's like story-driven. We'll see how, those Bethesda games, they're super in-depth, where the crafting and the looting and the on-top shit. But with Blade, it's a weird company to do a Blade game, honestly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's a weird property for that developer to do. Blade? I mean, whatever,
Right.
If it's good, I mean, maybe this is a new era of Marvel. They got Spider-Man, they got Wolverine coming now, and Blade dropping. Maybe the Marvel genre is going to be taking over video games instead of the movies now. Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, we need more Star Wars news. Like, Marvel's getting all these different companies to create their games. Let's, EA lost their rights. Let's keep it up because we still got Outlaws and
Well,
Knights
they
of the
bailed on
Republic is
Knights of the
dead.
Old Republic. Yeah,
That's it. That's really it, though.
they don't
at
have
the moment.
anything in the works. Yeah, Outlaws will be fun though. But
Yeah, well, and that comes out next year, right? Yeah, 2024.
Outlaws, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, did Cyberpunk Cyberpunk, I guess, came out the year before, huh? They didn't qualify
Right.
for this year. Okay. Legend of Zelda, did that one take any awards home? Because that was a
Right.
hot
I
commodity
imagine
one.
it did. It was nominated for Game of the Year, but Baldur's Gate won over it.
Okay. Well, interesting stuff. All right. Any other gaming news to fill us in on before we head out of here?
Well, there was a report, not gaming, but you hear the Mandalorian season 4. They're saying it's going to be a movie again. And it's going to be the next Star Wars movie to release. So they're pushing the Rey movie back, and our next movie will be Mando.
I just saw a report like last week that said the Rey movie begins filming in 2024.
Right.
I
don't care.
Whatever. you come out with more and more bluffs and changes in plans. Eventually, the people just don't care about news reports anymore.
But the release dates, there was the two movies like 6 months apart or something they're gonna do, right?
Wasn't Taika's one of them?
It was the Rey movie. No, it was like Rey movie, and then it was supposed to be like the Oh God, the Birth of the Jedi one was the other one.
The Dawn of the Jedi.
Right, and then the Dave Filoni Mandoverse was going to be the third one.
Okay.
Right, in some order like that, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Weird stuff, but
honestly, it's kind of my thoughts on that. It seems like they're really running out of ideas for Mando, because season 3 wasn't that great. It was kind of all over the place, and now they're like, all right, we only got 2 hours of content here. Let's just finish this off with the movie. We can't stretch this out any longer.
I don't want to do 4 filler episodes, and the fans don't want filler episodes anymore, so yes, if that's all you got a story for, then yeah, do it. But
yeah, I'm sure it'll be sick.
Yeah, well, obviously we'll be here waiting for it. But all right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for here today. Thank you for joining us. I don't even know if this was a Week in Geek. This is really just a trailer response to all the trailers dropping, but I guess technically it's that is what the Week in Geek was this week. It was all trailers. So thank you for joining us. Thank you to my co-host Caleb for joining me here today. And as always, follow us on social media. Please get over there. Subscribe, YouTube, all that good stuff. Click that subscribe button right below me. It's somewhere in this vicinity. Just go ahead and click it. Maybe share, do whatever you want to do. And we'll see you next time on Whysosidious, a nerd podcast. How does that happen every time? 3 seconds in and the audio freaking crashes. It's messed up, Riverside.
At least it was just the outro.